Hi folks, this is Jason from MrTheBigMan.net, back for part 4 of our Reaktor exploration series. In this one we're going to look just at adding filters, so this is again a fairly straightforward one, nothing really major. You'll note that we're back to where we were in the second, where we created the three oscillators into the mixer. So now we want to take that output and put it through a few filters, and then see what we can do with those filters in order to alter the sound. So now whenever you're looking for filters within the browser, just go under factory, macros and building blocks, and select filters, and you'll see the building blocks that are already here. Now you can get other ones from other ensembles, and I would advise you doing that just to have a look and see how they're put together, but we'll just use these building blocks for the time being to show you how to hook the whole thing up. So I'm going to take a 4-pole filter, and that essentially is the usual, your low pass, high pass, band pass, etc, etc. Now you'll notice that there are pitch inputs on this particular one, and it's just a case again of simply dragging that across and putting it into the note pitch, and that will continue to look after the pitch section of it for you. And then you have an input here. I'm just going to drag that to the mixer, and that will in turn then connect this filter to these 3 oscillators in one go. Now I'm going to select a second oscillator, a second filter. I'm going to drag that up, and again I'm going to select the pitch, and I'm going to connect it into the note pitch, and I'm going to take the input and take it to the output of the mixer and change that up. Now you'll also notice on this particular one there's a few others inputs, and we're going to look at the envelope input. And now what I would tend to do with that is to either put a ADSR on, a second ADSR, or have a look at an LFO and see how that would connect up. So what I've done is I've just dragged in a draw LFO. Now essentially that means that I can draw the waveform that I want to control the actual filter itself. So I'm just going to select its output. I'm going to put it into the envelope section. You'll note that that's now turned to orange, or at least it was, but it's connected in. We're good to go. So now what we want to be able to do again is to independently control the volume of each of the filters, so that we're getting the best variety of sound and volume through. So I've dragged in another mixer. I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to take the 2 outputs into here again in the same way, and then I'm going to change the level. I'm going to control click again, or right click to create controls for these. I'm then going to double click on them. I'm going to change this to 4-pole because that's what's going in there, and I'm going to change this to comb. Okay, and then we're literally again, I'm just going to drag this out to make it look a little bit better so we can see what I'm doing. Again, we're going to connect the output of this to the output of the actual ensemble itself. I'll press the button to let you hear it. Gives us a different sound to what we've been used to before. We'll go back out onto the panel. Because I had this already set up, it's fairly straightforward. I'm just going to check and see what these are. Yes, that's the comb, and that is the 4-pole. So you'll see here that we have our 4-pole filter. Again, we can select between band, low pass, and low pass. And again, that works in the same way with the same separator that we worked on before when we were sorting out the oscillator itself. I've got 2 other just normal oscillators because when I built this, I was initially working on it and kind of moving around and working out exactly what I was doing. I have my comb filter here, and then I've got my draw LFO here. So you can see that the LFO is going up and down based on what I'm drawing. So I'm literally going to draw something else instead. And it's a case of just selecting and clicking on this, and then pressing the button again. LFO at work.